And joining us now, we have Nouhra, who is the president of ASIS, which is a UAE-based company which manufactures and markets the industry's finest rigid inflatable boats for leisure, commercial and military applications. Welcome to our show, Roy.
Thank you.
Well, Roy, they're not. We were joking a little bit about rubber duckies and some of the inflatable boats, but this is rigid inflatable. So, explain the difference.
It's a romantic boat, so you'll be happy to hear that.
Oh, thank you. So I can sail off into the sunset on this inflatable.
Now, rigid inflatable boat is basically a boat that's made out of a hull that's fiberglass, so that's the rigid part, and then it's inflatable because the color that goes on it is air.
Okay, in terms of transporting this boat, if it deflates, you mentioned there's a rigid shell. So how do you transport that, and what's the advantage of having anything on it that is inflatable?
All right, so basically the rigid inflatable boat is a military technology that was introduced about 25 years ago, and it proved to be extremely maneuverable and fast in a wavy sea for the military. So the leisure market adopted it. So you can see it as a normal fast boat with a collar on, which is like a life vest that's on it. You don't need the vest for flotation. You need it to have the extra performance. And the collar is air, but it has 9 different compartments. So if one goes out, you still have 8 other ones. And if all of them go out, you become a normal boat.
So is this why people like the military and the police and other organizations, government organizations around the GCC are buying these small boats?
Exactly. These boats are mainly used in military and rescue operations. So when these boats go out, it's normal to rescue other boats that cannot come back in. So it's boats that are high performance and made for heavy seas.
We mentioned earlier as well that these boats can be used for leisure purposes. So can anybody buy these boats, or is it strictly for maybe bigger boats for safety and precautionary reasons?
No, anyone can buy them now, and anyone that's extremely cautious about safety will want to have them. So if you have children on board, this is the boat you will typically want to have.
And can you buy this boat just on its own and kind of go out onto the seas on its own, or do you need to already own a boat to buy this boat?
No. You can have it on your own depending on the size of the boat. So you can have a bigger boat, and then you have the smaller ones which are used as yacht tenders.
Oh, okay.
So you could have it on your bigger yacht as a fun toy to have around.
And how are they powered? Are they inboard or outboard?
So you can have all kinds of powers, inboard, outboard, and then you can have different drives as well. It could be jet driven or propeller driven.
Because you mentioned earlier as well how fast that they go. You said they're fast boats, they're fast little boats. How fast do they go?
So up to 140 kilometers per hour.
Now that would be fun.
Haley has a thing about speed. She's been talking about speed all evening, talking about speed fishing. Now you want to know how fast these boats go.
I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, I think.
But you were talking about sailing off for a romantic evening on one of these things. You won't do that at speed, would you?
Yeah, but that would be romantic. 140 kilometers an hour, the wind in your hair. That would be fun. You get your heart racing.
And 140, it's in heavy seas.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah, not in flat water. So that's what these boats can do that other can't do.
Our producer was asking us, as she's done a few times in the interviews so far this evening, what's the cost? And I suppose it does vary, doesn't it, depending on
it varies,
what configuration?
Exactly. So the military boats can go up to $1.2 million, while the leisure boat can start at $25,000.
I was going to ask, for someone like Haley who wants to whiz off on a romantic sunset ride at 140...
With my James Bond at my side, who is driving the speedboat.
$100,000, you could get something that will get your adrenaline pumping.
$100,000, there we go, simple.
I just want to ask you one question about the factory, because apparently your factory is state-of-the-art. So how is it state-of-the-art, and where is it?
It's in Jabal Ali Industrial Area 3. We've been doing boats for 10 years now, and it's part of a group that's been in the UAE since 1966. It's state-of-the-art because you always think of innovation. So every year we think of what our customer unmet needs are, whether it's military, commercial, or leisure, and we come up with a solution for them that we sell and market worldwide.
Well, that's really good, isn't it, Haley, to see an Emirati company or a company that's been based in the Emirates for that long doing so well and selling its products all around the region.
Yes, absolutely. Fantastic.
Well, Roy, thanks very much indeed for your time. That's Roy Nouhra. He's the president of ASIS Boats. Good luck, and thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thanks for having me.